It's the second day of the debate in the Senate on the current state of the economy. Aside from turning down the proposal to sell Nigerian assets, the senators said the current economic recession is man-made. So when it was time for the debate, the senators argued that the operation of TSA was done without considering the consequences. For these lawmakers, the federal government has to inject funds into the system to boost the economy. But again, they kicked against the sale of national assets as proposed by Senate President Bukola Saraki.
The areas that we must look into is in the area of multiplicity of permits and levies, particularly to foreign investors. The major one, which is the third one, is the need to open up some of the sectors that either two had been in the exclusive list.
If we must revitalize the economy, we must have jobs and projects going in every local government, every federal constituency, every senatorial district of this country. The fastest way is, please, let's begin to implement the zonal intervention projects.
Today, if you tell me that, okay, you are selling our assets just to re-inject money into the system, are you telling me that when you sell LNG, the Niger Delta Avengers, they will stop what they are doing? They will not stop. We are talking of TSA where we have about 3 trillion. That is about 12 billion US dollars. If we inject it into the economy, you will see change. We don't need to sell our assets.
And as the debate continued, some of the lawmakers demanded for restructuring with the view to making the states less dependent on the center. There are also others who want proper dialogue with militants in the Niger Delta in order to boost crude oil production.
Mr. President, if we are refining our crude, adding value to our crude, we could have saved our foreign reserve. And coupled with that, Mr. President, 30% of our exchange rate is being used to import our petroleum products into this country, bringing a lot of pressure on the Naira. And thus, the Naira fell in a very steep fall.
I looked at statistics to find out why we're in this predicament. Everybody talks about the cost of the bag of rice, the cost of bag of gari, and so on. But the poor man on the street does not buy it by the bag. They buy it by what you call mudu, right? It's a little cup. Let's take beans, for instance. In 2012, a price for a cup of beans was 80 naira.
When the first signal to this recession came, went through a policy statement, the central bank said no deposit and no withdrawal in the domiciliary account. I came to you, I complained to you that this is going to bring a huge problem for the country. What did it do? It sent a very wrong signal to people who had money in the informal sector. And therefore, that money was withdrawn from the system. If the money is withdrawn from the system, the technical effect is that the investment profile of the country nosedives.
Senate President Bukola Saraki maintains that the Senate will make its recommendations known to the executive with a view to ensuring that the economy is revived. The Senate President also set up a 6-man ad hoc committee to look into the resolutions and come up with a list of prayers to be passed on Tuesday next week. The lawmakers unanimously agree that there is hunger in the land, with a lot of Nigerians unable to withstand the current economic hardship.